Hello, everybody. This is Living with the Darkness, New York by Night. Today we're going to do scene in the camera lobby where Mr. Thatch has been invited to meet with the prince. He is invited to a nice restaurant where he enters. The prince is the upper floor, alone waiting, and he looks like he is eating. When he approaches, he sees that he is eating a beef. And his seat is already has been pushed a little bit, so he can sit.
So, Thatch will enter holding one of his own books. It's probably a copy of Frankenstein's Monster this time, as he's been reading some of the classics lately. He will now be wearing, unusually for him, he'll be wearing a suit. It's he's done his best to do it up in a nice fashion, but he's not great at presenting himself. So the suit itself is a little disheveled. For example, the shirt isn't properly ironed, so it looks like he's made an effort, but it's not, it's not Ventru level effort. And as he walks in towards the prince, he will bow his head.
Mr. Thatch, please, let's have a seat.
Thank you, Your Majesty. It has not been written as to what I should refer to you as. What would you yourself prefer?
My prince.
Very well then, my prince. As it is written going forwards, I shall refer to you as my prince. Thatch will then take a seat, and he'll rest the book on his lap, and put both of his hands on top of it, and try and kind of hold himself into an upright fashion. As you are probably aware, a man of such educated status, it has been written that I have arrived in your city, and I wish to meet you so that I may ask permission to reside here.
Your sire sent his letter of resignation. He's a man who's known with his research.
Indeed he is. I am obviously, the relationship with my sire is strong, and it is a shame that he has had to move on. I hoped he could remain here with me, but his research takes him to places far off, and it is written that he will travel to some great lands, and I look forward to reading his research.
So does many others. I have met with him in Canada once.
That I have read, although it was spoken when my prince told me. He had me read a lot about New York, and although I have not had a chance to read the beautiful story that is to be written, I look forward to being a part of this fair city.
Before I allow you in my city, I have a couple questions.
Please, my prince.
What you will add to the city?
My intention, as is that of my sire, and I very much follow in his footsteps. It has been written that I will do great things. I hope to continue my own research into the occult and into the history and the direction of our kind. I am not yet an expert, but I am very well written in on the history of my own clan, that of the Camarilla, and that of us as kindred, and I wish to continue this journey. It is my hope that I can provide your city with someone they can rely on to give insight. It is written that I should be the person that people can come to with their questions, whether it be about what we are as creatures, or if it is read that we are of a particular clan, especially Malkavian, for example. I hope to learn more about my own clan. My hope is to form, with your permission, my prince. It is written that I would like to form a coterie whose purpose would be to investigate occurrences of the occult and to establish a good path of history and to collect laws and knowledge so that we may educate those around us. That is what I hope to bring to this city, and it is written that I will do my utmost to do that.
He's still eating his beef. It's still a bit bloody. Then he smiles to himself and says, is it also written that saying Canite in Elysium is a good idea?
Thatch will smirk, and when he realizes that the situation he's in, he'll kind of he will visibly look a little bit nervous, and his head will lower, and he will not much eye line with the prince, and he'll be like, I apologize, my prince. I am. It is written that I be quite passionate about our history and that where we came from, and I understand that it is known that our enemies use this term to refer to us, but it is also something that others who are as educated as we are have used that term as well. I meant no disrespect, and if it is requested of me, my prince, then I shall only use that word in my own privacy, amongst my own thoughts, with my own research. I genuinely meant no offense. He's trembling a little.
Mm-hmm. He looks at him and, like, from the look that Thatch understands that this man does not like the use of that word. But he doesn't say anything. You are welcome in my city. I'm happy that Kindred, who's interested in creating coteries, also arrived again. There are 2 coteries at the moment, but I would like to see more, or you can always join the other ones. As this city is a little bit different than the others. Please don't go to Central Park, Bronx, and there are a couple of places that we mark on a map in Elysium. Traditions are still being holded, every one of them, along with any interaction with other supernaturals is seen as breach of the first. Obey those rules and there won't be any problems.
May I ask a question, my prince?
Please.
If, and I'm not saying this would occur, I will follow your rules and the traditions of our people. It is written that I will follow them to the T. But should my research take me towards other individuals, would it be pertinent for me to come and discuss first with your office?
It would be nice that you don't do researches about those people, or your research might require another perspective, another approach. He says it with a smile, like, he basically says, like, no, you're not meeting with them.
Yeah, no. So Thatch will nod quite frantically, and be like, okay, I will restrain my research to our kind, and the following of our kind. One of my most foremost passions is to look for the writings of our people and protect them from the potential breaches of the first that these writings so give.
A lot of kindred in the city doesn't know. It's a bad thing that they don't know about their clan. the Camarilla, the trading and boon system, the view upon the independence anarchs.
Maybe it would, my prince. I apologize if I've interrupted, but it could be written that I would maybe once a month hold a learning within an Elysium where we may talk about the Camarilla and its strengths and its history, so that people may learn more about that which they are a part of. After
I
all, the
will,
Ivory Tower is such a strength to us all.
I will give you a minor boon.
Thank you, my prince.
Every one time in a month.
I look forward to granting these teachings.
He's nodding.
Know that, and again, my prince, I'm sure a man as educated as yourself is already in the know, but I have a small bookstore on 7th, and I want it to be known that anyone in the Camarilla, yourself included, is free to access the knowledge that I harbour there at any time. Warranted. Most of it is fictional, or it is non-fictional in the sense as the mortals so much know. But reading is a great passion, and it is written that we should all read through our lives.
Very is written. He asks, like like he raises an eyebrow. He's like, I don't understand it. These guys keep saying written stuff.
It's
He asks
Thatch kind of nods, and he gets that kind of excited smile
Mhm.
in his eyes, and he's like, in the story that we are all a part of, my prince, you have been written greatly in this story. New York is a great city within the story that we are all a part of, and it was written that I would always become a part of this, and I look forward to being read about. My chapter in this city is only just beginning, and this story will go on for centuries.
He nods. Is there any other business that you want? Because you would like to speak with me, Mr. Thatch.
My prince, that is all. I just wanted to make sure that I was welcome here and that you were aware of my intentions. It has been a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and should you ever require my services, it would be my honor to provide them, as is written.
He nods. The Malkavians are one of the clans that's supporting the Camarilla from the beginning. If Clan Malkav has two other members other than Samantha, the Mistress of Harpies, it will be given that that clan can choose a primogeniture, just like any other clan in this city.
My prince, that would be a most exciting day, for the Primogen Council is one of the many things that makes the Camarilla strong, and makes a prince even stronger.
He nods. No, you haven't touched your dinner. It's a nice beef.
Thatch will kind of put the book aside, and he'll pull himself up, and he'll be like, I did not realize, my prince, that you were aware that I could still partake of these delicacies.
I wasn't. He smiles, and he smiles as says, like, now I know. It is written that I will learn today.
And Thatch will dig in. His table manners leave a little bit to be desired, but it's not like picking the beef up with his hands and shoving it in his face. He does use the cutlery.
He has etiquette. He has etiquette. One. Eat mine.
And he kind of catches himself, and he starts eating it. And then he's like, my prince, is there anything you would ask of me before I leave?
No.
Well, as I have said before, and I shall say again, should you ever require me, I'm sure you know where to find me. He will kind of finish his beef, and then he will smile and he'll be like, "My prince, may I have my leave? It is written that I have much to do this eve."
You are dismissed.
Thank you. And Thatch will stand, and he'll bow probably one too many times, and then he will leave with his book tucked under his arm, and he will exit the scene.
Okay, that will be the moment we end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.